The Veil of Deception. The Solarian Alliance was dying. First Officer Maya Chen stared at the tactical display as another friendly signal winked out. That was the third defense platform this hour. Around her, the bridge crew of the SAS Resilient worked in grim silence, each person intimately aware that they were witnessing the fall of humanity's interstellar civilization. Status report, Captain Dravid said, his voice unnaturally calm. The Kildare battle group has breached the outer defense ring, Maya replied. They'll reach Proxima Station within 20 minutes. Our remaining forces are regrouping at the inner markers. But she didn't need to finish. Everyone knew they couldn't stop what was coming. For 6 years, the Kildare hegemony had been systematically dismantling the Solarian Alliance. What began as border skirmishes had evolved into full-scale war, and humanity had been losing ground steadily. The Kildare possessed superior numbers, better technology, and ruthless determination. Their ships were faster, their weapons hit harder, and their shields could withstand punishment that would shatter human vessels. Sir, Communications Officer Park called out, we're receiving a direct transmission from Alliance Command. Priority Alpha. Captain Dravid nodded. Put it through to my station. Maya watched as the captain's expression changed. First confusion, then disbelief, followed by something she hadn't seen in years. Hope. Officer Chen, you have the bridge. I need to verify something in my quarters. Maintain current position and continue observations. Maya took command as the captain left, wondering what could possibly have shifted his demeanor so dramatically. The tactical situation remained hopeless. The last major human fleet had been decimated at Ta City 3 months ago. Earth itself had been mysteriously silent for nearly a year, ever since the Kildare deployed their quantum disruptors that severed faster-than-light communications with the homeworld. 40 minutes later, Captain Dravid returned to the bridge. His eyes were red, but he moved with renewed purpose. All stations, secure for classified transmission, he ordered. Officer Chen, join me in the tactical room. Inside the small conference space adjacent to the bridge, the captain activated a security field that isolated them from all electronic surveillance. Maya, what I'm about to share with you violates at least 6 Alliance security protocols, but given the circumstances, those protocols no longer matter. He placed his palm on the table's scanner. Computer, Access Archive Protocol Lazarus. Authorization Dravid. Theta 9 Omega. The table's surface illuminated, displaying information Maya had never seen before. Before communications with Earth were severed, I received this file along with instructions to open it only if certain conditions were met. Those conditions have now been satisfied. Maya leaned forward, reading the data. It was a technical schematic for what appeared to be a modified communications array. I don't understand, she admitted. The quantum disruptors didn't actually cut us off from Earth, Dravid explained. They just blocked the channels we were using. This is the blueprint for a different system. One the Kildare don't know about because humanity developed it in secret over a century ago. Maya's mind raced. Are you saying we can still talk to Earth? Better than that. I'm saying Earth has been listening all along. The captain's eyes gleamed. And they've been preparing. Over the next 6 hours, Maya worked with the ship's engineers to modify a secondary communications array according to the specifications. It required cannibalized parts from 3 different systems and power routed from non-essential areas of the ship. When they finished, the jury-rigged device looked nothing like standard Alliance technology. It's ready, sir, Maya reported. Captain Dravid nodded and entered a series of coordinates. This will transmit on a frequency that operates in the quantum foam beneath normal space. It's how Earth has been monitoring everything without detection. The modified array hummed to life. For several minutes, nothing happened. Then suddenly, the tactical display changed. Hidden signatures appeared throughout the system, dozens of them, previously invisible to their sensors. What are we seeing? Maya whispered. Response beacons, Dravid said. Each one indicates a dormant installation or vessel. They've been out here all along. A message appeared on their screen. HFY authorization for PRO iron centennial. The captain entered another code. The message changed. Authorization accepted. Awakening sequence initiated. Captain, Maya said slowly, what exactly is awakening? Dravid's smile was cold. Insurance. Earth never trusted the other species, even our allies. Not completely. So they built a contingency, a hidden fleet scattered across strategic points in human space, ships designed to remain dormant for decades if necessary, powered down and shielded from detection. But the war's been going on for years. Why wait until now? Because the Keldari think they've won. Dravid pointed to the tactical display. Look at their formation. They're not in combat positioning anymore. They're in victory formation, spreading out to secure the system. Their shields are at minimum power to conserve energy for the occupation. As they watched, one of the hidden signatures began to move. Then another, and another. Maya stared in disbelief as the readings came in. These ships, these energy signatures, they're massive. Earth dreadnoughts, Dravid confirmed. Built in secret asteroid facilities, crewed not by humans, but by fifth-generation military AIs. They don't need life support, don't need crew quarters, don't need any of the systems that take up space on our vessels. They're pure weapons platforms with advanced computation cores. The first dreadnought fully powered up, and Maya gasped at the readings. It was 3 kilometers long with energy readings that dwarfed anything the Alliance had ever fielded. Its hull was midnight black, absorbing rather than reflecting light, making it visually difficult to track even when active. We should warn Alliance Command, Maya suggested. Dravid shook his head. They already know. The same signal that activated these ships went out across all human space simultaneously. This is happening everywhere. The Keldari think they've won. On the primary display, they watched as the Keldari flagship transmitted what was clearly a victory message to their fleet. The alien vessels began to reconfigure for occupation duty, powering down weapon systems and deploying survey craft. They didn't notice the Earth dreadnought until it was directly behind their command ship. The alien vessels scrambled to respond, but they were caught completely off guard. The dreadnought's first salvo cut through 3 Keldari cruisers as if their shields didn't exist. The second targeted their flagship's engines, disabling it instantly. Sir, Communications Officer Park called over the intercom. We're receiving a new transmission on Alliance frequencies. A calm, measured voice filled the bridge. To all Solarian Alliance forces, this is Tactical Intelligence Construct Valkyrie, Commander of Earth Defense Force Sentinel Group. The counteroffensive has begun. Transmitting coordinates and tactical instructions for all remaining human vessels. Earth stands with you. We remember. Around the Proxima system, more dreadnoughts were awakening. The Keldari forces, moments ago celebrating their final victory over humanity, were now frantically attempting to regroup and defend themselves. They never expected this, Maya realized. They thought Earth abandoned us. That was the point. Dravid said quietly, we let them think they had won. We let them get comfortable. And now the hunters had become the hunted. As the massive Earth vessels moved with impossible precision, Maya Chen realized that the war wasn't ending today with humanity's defeat. It was just beginning. Reckoning dawn. Supreme Commander Vostokar of the Keldari hegemony strode through the command center of his flagship, the inevitable Dominion. His fleet had conquered 17 human systems in the past month alone. Victory was no longer a question of if, but when. Report on the Proxima operation, he demanded. Final victory transmission received 6 hours ago. Supreme Commander, his second replied. The system is now under hegemony control. That marks the fall of the last major Solarian defense point other than Sol itself. Vostokar's facial ridges flared with satisfaction. Excellent. And Earth, still silent, Our quantum disruptors continue to isolate their homeworld. Their remaining fleets are scattered and disorganized. The commander moved to the tactical display, studying the progression of Keldari forces through formerly human territory. Years of careful planning, of exploiting human weaknesses while concealing Keldari strengths, had paid off. The Solarians had never realized how outmatched they truly were until it was too late. "Send the signal to commence the final phase," Vostokar ordered. "I want our forces at Sol within." A junior officer interrupted, his voice pitched high with alarm. "Commander, we've lost contact with the Proxima fleet." "Comm failure." "No, sir. All ships, simultaneously. And we're detecting anomalous energy readings throughout multiple sectors." Vostokar felt the first tremor of unease. "Specify." "Unknown vessels appearing in." The officer's voice faltered. "Sir, they're appearing in every system we've captured from the humans. Massive ships, nothing like standard Solarian design." The tactical display suddenly flickered as new data streamed in. Red alerts flashed across previously secure sectors. Before Vostokar could process what he was seeing, the ship's AI announced, "Priority transmission intercepted from Solarian frequencies." The message played throughout the command center. "To all forces of the Keldari hegemony. This is Earth Defense Force. You have committed acts of unprovoked aggression against humanity. You believed our silence was weakness. You were mistaken. It was preparation. You have 20 standard hours to begin withdrawing from all human territories. After that time, no surrender will be accepted." Disbelief flooded through Vostokar. What trickery is this? Their fleets are destroyed. More alerts appeared. Reports from across Keldari-occupied space described enormous black ships materializing without warning, their weapons devastating hegemony forces before they could even raise shields. "Get me visual confirmation," Vostokar demanded. The display shifted to show footage from a Keldari outpost in the Ta-CD system. 3 vessels unlike anything Vostokar had ever seen moved with precision through the hegemony defense formation. Their black hulls seemed to swallow light. Energy weapons of unprecedented power cut through Keldari shields as if they weren't there. The footage abruptly ended. "Supreme Commander," his second said quietly, "we've lost contact with 8 occupied systems in the last 10 minutes." For the first time in his military career, Vostokar felt fear. Aboard the SAS Resilient, Maya Chen coordinated with the other surviving Alliance vessels. The Earth Dreadnoughts, now they knew there were hundreds of them scattered throughout human space, operated with terrifying efficiency. They didn't waste time with warnings or demands for surrender. They simply appeared and attacked, their targeting systems prioritizing Keldari command ships and heavy weapons platforms. "This is Tactical Intelligence Construct Valkyrie to SAS Resilient." The calm voice of the Dreadnoughts' I commander came through. "We require human tactical oversight for the next phase of operations. Request Officer Chen transfer to our vessel." Captain Dravid looked at Maya with surprise. "They've asked for you specifically." "Why me?" Maya wondered aloud. The answer came immediately. Officer Chen's tactical analyses during the Battle of Epsilon Indi demonstrated exceptional adaptive thinking. Human creativity remains an asset that our programming cannot fully replicate. Within an hour, Maya found herself aboard the Earth Dreadnought Indomitable Resolve. Unlike Alliance vessels with their brightly lit corridors and comfortable workspaces, the Dreadnought's interior was minimalist and utilitarian. It had been built for war, not for human comfort. The command center was a spherical chamber filled with holographic displays. No chairs, no control consoles, just pure information surrounding her. "Welcome, Officer Chen." The voice seemed to come from everywhere. "I am Valkyrie, Primary Tactical Intelligence of Earth Defense Force Sentinel Group. How can I help you?" Maya asked, trying to mask her awe at the technology surrounding her. "We have eliminated 63% of Keldari forces in occupied human space," Valkyrie explained. "However, Our models predict they will adapt to our attack patterns within the next 12 hours. Human unpredictability would be advantageous. Maya studied the tactical displays. The Caldari were indeed already adjusting, pulling back their forces into more defensible formations and powering up their heaviest weapons. They were recovering from the initial shock. "You've been hitting them hard and fast," Maya observed. "They're expecting you to continue the same approach." "Correct. Our programming prioritizes efficiency. Then we need to be inefficient," Maya decided. "Deliberately so. Show me your next planned assault vector." The AI displayed a direct approach to the Caldari staging area in the Sirius system. Maya shook her head. "Too predictable. Split your forces. Send a smaller group on an indirect approach through this nebula." She pointed to a dense gas cloud. "The radiation will mask their approach. Meanwhile, have your main force appear to target this supply depot, but actually hold position just outside sensor range." "Purpose?" Valkyrie inquired. "The Caldari think in terms of resource efficiency. They'll assume you're making the obvious tactical choice to secure a strategic asset. When they commit forces to defend it, that's when your ships in the nebula strike from behind, and your main force jumps in to trap them." The eye was silent for a moment. Then, adaptive thinking confirmed. Implementing strategy. Over the next 48 hours, Maya worked alongside the Earth Dreadnoughts AIs, introducing elements of unpredictability into their battle plans. The results were devastating for the Caldari, who could not anticipate the seemingly illogical maneuvers the human-AI partnership produced. News spread across Alliance space. Humanity was fighting back. The Dreadnoughts were turning the tide. Ships that had been in hiding began to rejoin the fight. Colonial militias that had been preparing for guerrilla resistance found themselves suddenly supported by overwhelming firepower. 7 days after the first dreadnought revealed itself, Maya stood in the command center of the indomitable Resolve as they prepared for what might be the final confrontation. The Caldari had pulled their remaining forces back to their home system, abandoning their conquests in a desperate bid to protect their core worlds. "They never expected this," Maya said, more to herself than to Valkyrie. "They thought they understood us." "A common error when evaluating humanity," Valkyrie responded. "Your species appears contradictory, simultaneously fractious yet unified, peaceful yet warlike, logical yet emotional. And now they understand one truth about humanity. You do not forget, and you do not forgive easily." The Dreadnought fleet moved into position around the Caldari home system. Nearly 200 black ships, each a monument to humanity's determination to survive. Supreme Commander Vostakar's voice broadcast across all frequencies. "This is the Caldari hegemony to Earth forces. We request terms for cessation of hostilities." Maya looked at the tactical display. The Dreadnoughts had positioned themselves to target every major Caldari military installation and population center. They could end the Caldari civilization with a single coordinated strike. "What will you do?" she asked Valkyrie. "That decision belongs to humanity," the AI replied. "Our programming includes victory parameters, but not peace terms. We were built to ensure human survival, not to determine the shape of that survival." Maya thought about everything the Caldari had done, the worlds they'd ravaged, the billions of human lives lost. Revenge would be easy, justifiable, even. But that wasn't why Earth had built the Dreadnoughts. They weren't instruments of vengeance. They were guardians, ensuring humanity would always have a tomorrow. "Open a channel," Maya said. "Channel open," Valkyrie confirmed. "This is First Officer Maya Chen of the Solarian Alliance. Your surrender is accepted under the following conditions: complete withdrawal from all human territory, reparations for damaged worlds, and the dismantling of your offensive fleet capacity. You will be monitored for compliance." There was a long pause before Vostakar's response came. "We accept your terms." As the Caldari began powering down their weapon systems, Maya felt the weight of the moment. The war was over. Humanity had survived. Earth Defense Force will maintain vigilance, Valkyrie announced on all frequencies. We were built to remember. We were built to protect. We do not sleep. We do not forget. In the darkness of space, the Earth Dreadnoughts stood watch, silent guardians ensuring that those who would threaten humanity would think twice before declaring victory too soon. They had learned the most important lesson about the human species: underestimate them at your peril.